Hey, it's Mo. Today is kind of just a swatch party. I ordered one of the curated palettes from Colourpop. I've never done that before. It's where it's like an empty palette and you could choose your colors, but they've actually curated it for you. And I assumed it would come with the empty palette and then all the shadow pans and you'd have to put it together yourself, but it actually came in one piece, which is even better. I didn't have to do anything except order it. And this is, as I said, it's from Colourpop. This is the Butterfly Effect Curated Palette. So they've had a couple of butterfly collections recently. There was one that was a Colourpop exclusive, then one that was an Ulta exclusive, and this was kind of a little bit after the Ulta exclusive. And I had ordered it a couple weeks ago. It took a little while to ship. I think Colourpop was having some shipping issues because there are a lot of people on Twitter talking about the fact that they were waiting for things from Colourpop. But I did get this just a couple days ago and I thought, you know, we've got a little light today. Let's take a look. So I did use this on my eyes today and I'm very pleased with the look. Something I like about this, the way that they put this palette together, curated it I guess you'd say, is that there's clearly warm tones and cool tones living together happily, and I used warm and cool on my eyes at the same time, and I'm not always good about thinking to do that. So I really liked the look I got. I've said before I'm a pretty big fan of Colourpop shadows. As far as I'm aware, these are all brand new single shadows to Colourpop. So if you've never ordered single shadows from Colourpop, they have some that are certainly permanent, we'll say permanent to the line, but Colourpop is like quick change makeup, you know, not quick change, but like they put out makeup rapidly, and if something isn't doing well, they get rid of it. Even some things that are doing well, you know, they discontinue. So you kind of have to keep up. But these are all brand new as of just the last couple of weeks. So what I'd like to do is just swatch them for you. I'll tell you the name, and that's basically what we're going to do today, because I know when I was looking online I wanted to see swatches and I didn't find a video that showed that, and there might be some now, but I didn't see it, but I thought you might want to. So I have my iPad right in front of me with the names of the shadows, because I am not going to pull each pan out of here and try to figure that out. So we've got What's Your Sign, which is a matte yellow peach with gold sparkle. And then TBH, matte mid-tone terracotta with subtle sheen. Painted Lady is metallic, icy, peachy orange. That is so soft. I don't know what this formula is, but I feel like it's a newer formula. It's not Super Shock, but I don't know what it is. This one is high in HAI, rosy pink with hints of lavender and mint glitter. This is clearly pressed glitter, which you know I'm not a fan of. So there's those four. What's Your Sign? Which I sound like an idiot saying that, but that's the way it's written. TBH, Painted Lady. Oh, look at that Painted Lady. I don't know what, it's like this soft, I wish I could explain that formula better. And then here's the glitter HAI. I pronounce that high. So this one is, at least on my skin tone, this is pretty light. As I said, it's a matte yellow peach with gold sparkle. I don't see a lot of sparkle in there, certainly not compared to these. So those are the first four shades. And as I often say, light colors don't show up terribly well on me because they match my skin tone. I'm somewhere on the fair to light border, I would say. Next we've got Nectar, which is metallic icy pale lavender. And then Monarch, metallic cool toned pink with a silvery sheen. Down here, So Good, is metallic mid-tone peachy gold with a pinky gold flip. So many descriptions for Colourpop. And then Good Thing is a matte warm chestnut brown. Those are the next four. I just really like the obvious cool and warm combination here. It's not subtle. They're not like, oh, this is sort of warm, this is sort of cool. It's like, hey, this is pink, and this is lavender, and this is chestnut brown. So that's what we get for those swatches. You know I prefer to do live swatches so you can see how much I'm dipping into the pan. So there's no question about like, well, how did you get that swatch or whatever. So that's what we're looking like so far. And we are on to another pressed glitter. Not a fan, but I will swatch it because maybe you are. This one is, oh, excuse me, this one is Cuteness which is copper with large gold glitter. That's super, like, that's one of those gritty almost feeling ones. Friendly Matte Lavender Lilac, that kind of color's right up my alley. Pick Me Metallic Pinky Lilac, and then Call You Mine is Metallic Deep Red Plum. So there's those. Here's the glitter. Cuteness. This is Friendly. Pick Me. Ooh, Pick Me's bright. And Call You Mine, the letter U. And the reason that I'm repeating the names is because these are individual shadows. So if there's one that you think, oh, I'd like that one shadow, you know which one you're kind of looking at here. So that's the first 2 rows of the butterfly effect in the individual shades. Do you want me to say the shades again? Is that helpful? What's Your Sign, TBH, Painted Lady, Hi, Nectar, Monarch, So Good is this one. Good Thing, Cuteness, Friendly, Pick Me, and Call You Mine. That's the first row, or excuse me, the first 2 rows. So I'm just gonna wipe those off and we'll hit the second 2 rows. 24 pans in this palette, I guess I didn't say that. And I'll have to look at the pan size. Their single shadows are usually a little larger than the ones they have in their, you know, like their 9-pan palettes or whatever, those monochromatic palettes. I like to make sure my arm is dry, even though I'm only using a makeup wipe. I like to make sure it's completely dry before I do more swatches. I don't want anything to affect the swatches because I want them to be, as with everything here, I like to keep it as realistic and authentic as possible. So let's move on to the second 2 rows in the butterfly effect. And we start with Mambo right here. This is a matte, deep, peachy terracotta. The Vibes, V-I-B-E-Z, metallic true bronze. Full Send, this is a matte pale tangerine. I use this in my look a lot and I really like this shade. And then Love That For You. This is a metallic deep orchid, as you can probably tell. But it's metallic, it's not a pressed glitter. So here we go. This is the color I love, the one I just swatched. I really like that color. But I mean, look at that. So there you get like, holy cow, cool, holy cow, warm. But they play together nicely. And sometimes I'm not good about that. I'll be like, oh, must stay warm or must stay cool. Isn't that pretty? This is one of the reasons I bought the palette. This one is called Mariposa. It is a matte, dusty, mauve lavender with hot pink glitter. KK, matte orchid. Oops. Over here we have Humble Brag, which is matte burnt orange with gold flecks. And then Finesse is a matte deep mahogany. That's what they look like. We'll start right here. There's that Mariposa shade. That was one of the colors that absolutely drew me to this palette. Look at those swatches. Jeez. Okay, Colourpop. I don't know how they do it. I mean, they put out makeup faster than anybody. I don't think they sleep, which concerns me about the people who work at Colourpop. Like, do they get to sleep? Are they working a lot of overtime? I don't know. So Zing is a matte. They're calling this a matte taupey gray. I'm not seeing that. It's much warmer than that to me. Pretty Please over here is a matte cool taupe. Sugar Sugar metallic icy mauve. And I See You matte purple brown. So those are the last 4 in the second 2 rows. Last 4 in the palette, really. So there are those shades. Now, I've looked at this a couple times and it's calling this a matte taupey gray. I am not seeing that at all. To me, that's a, gosh, it's almost a peach. So I'm not sure if that description is just wrong on the website or what. But very interesting color selection. So let's see, we started at Mambo. This is the Vibes. Full Send. Love That For You. Mariposa. KK. This is kind of orchid color. Humble Brag. That matte burnt orange. Finesse. Matte deep mahogany. Zing is the one they're calling a taupey, whatever, I don't believe them. Pretty Please is a matte cool taupe, that I believe. Sugar Sugar Metallic Icy Mauve, or Mauve, I say Mauve. And I See You is matte purple brown. So that's the remaining shades in the Butterfly Effect Curated palette from Colourpop. So I know that I would not have put together that selection of colors. I don't know if I'm not that inventive or if I just wouldn't have thought of it. And actually, I wasn't sure I wanted all these colors, so why would I choose a palette like this that has like pressed glitters that I don't want when I could just buy the individual shadows? Well, for me, it was really a cost thing because it was $40 for this palette and all of these shadows already curated. And generally, a single color, a single shadow pan on Colourpop, that's what I was trying to say, is $4.50. You'd get about 9 shadows for $40-ish. But instead, I got 24 for $40 and the magnetic palette. For me, that made sense. And you know, there's really only 2 pressed glitters in here, which frankly, I'm shocked that there's not more. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I really like this color selection. I feel kind of inspired by it. I did this eye and my husband walked by and I'm like, don't you like this eye? I love this eye look. Like he doesn't, he just always says, pretty, it's pretty, which is very nice of him. So I really like this. Oh, I did want to look at the pan size for you. I did say I would do that. Yeah. So these are pretty much across the board 1.5 grams. 24 shadows, 1.5 grams. That's a lot for $40. And if you don't like those colors, that would be silly. If you like 3 of them and you want to buy the individual shadows, great idea. But for me, I'm really excited that I got this. And I wasn't exactly sure what to expect. Especially since the colors came laid out and ready to go. That was like a big surprise. I didn't expect that. So I hope that was helpful to you. I'm obviously super excited about this palette. I've only used it really today, but I can tell you, I know I like the Colourpop formula. And I think this was a good price, and I think it's really a cool curated palette. I really like it. So I hope that was helpful. That is, as you know, always my purpose here. And I hope you're having a good day. And thank you always for hanging out and talking to make with me. I absolutely love this stuff. And I will talk to you soon.